Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Thursday, June 1st, 2023, and I am here at a Pennsylvania creek that I have fished multiple times on this channel. But this time I'm going to approach things a little bit differently. I know that if I tie on a little tube jig or a little grub, I could catch rock bass and sunfish and little smallmouths until I get sick of it. So instead, I am going to throw around some bigger baits in hopes of catching the biggest smallmouths in this creek. In my past experience, the big smallmouths in here run maybe about 12 plus inches. So that's going to be my goal, is to just catch those all day. And conditions are, and as they have been all week, bright sun, no clouds, very low and clear water. So I think these fish are going to be belly on the bottom of deep holes, like this one right here. So I think I'm just going to kind of speed run this stretch of creek, only hit the deep holes, and anywhere that I can find some shade, because shade is in very short supply today. Oh, hello, buddy. That current is carrying him perilously close to me. Oh, and there he goes. King of the creek, that one. Ooh, hello, buddy. I almost stepped on you. Well, guys, I've been fishing for almost an hour, and in that time, I've noticed something. I've gotten a lot of fish, including some decent-sized smallmouth, to swim up to the bait, maybe even nose it, but they ultimately don't take it. And I think it's because we got ultra clear water here, and these fish are pretty spooky and they can get a really good look at the bait. And when you have conditions like that, what's the number one rule in the book? Well, you gotta downsize, which means I'm gonna go to the old trusty crappie tube jig. And I know I'm probably gonna wind up catching a bunch of small fish before I get anything decent, but you know what? If it means getting bit and not getting bit, I'll take getting bit. There we go. There's smallmouth number one of the day. He's not big, but it's a start. And it means I'm onto something with the smaller bait. Oh my God, there's a beaver right there. I had to think for a second as to what that might be. I've never seen one in such shallow water before. But I guess that's all relative. This is one of the deeper spots on the creek. Wow, that was wild. Well, now that I have switched to this smaller bait, I'm definitely getting some more interest. I'm even getting some decent-sized trout to turn on this thing. But, man, you want to talk about spooky? Trout in low, clear water? I have a better chance of catching a coelacanth in this creek than one of these trout. See, there's a big trout right there. Is that a trout? If it's not a trout, it's a big chub. I think it's a trout. That was like a 16, 17 inch trout. Well, if you enjoy just looking at fish, the only way you could do better than this is to go to an aquarium. But the catching part of it, not so much. Could be in for a tough day here. There we go, fish on. Big fish. Is this one of those trout? No. It's a sucker. Or wait, no, is it a sucker or is it a chub? Or a fall fish? Dude, if it's a fall fish, if this is a fall fish, this is a lunker fall fish. I think that's what it is. Wow. This thing is big. Look at the size of this fall fish. I don't have my net either. I'm just gonna have to slide him up. Good night. Maybe this is what I thought was that big trout that I saw earlier. All right, let me bring him up. Good Lord! This thing is massive. That's got to be over a 20-inch fall fish. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna do the old measurement here. He's right up. He's pretty much right up to the St. Croix logo there. Good Lord! This thing is a toad of a fall fish. Wow. All right, we'll get him back and then we're gonna measure. Oh, he didn't want to wait for that. There he goes. Well, let's get a measurement. See how big that dude is. All right, so he was right up to there, to the end of the St. Croix logo. So you got inches here. So we start at the butt. That was an 18.5-inch fall fish. Flippin' giant. Fish on. Another rock bass. Another big rock bass. Well, I'll tell you what. Today, what I am lacking in quantity, I am making up for with quality. That's a lunker rock bass, no matter where you go. Fish on. Uh-oh, they're onto my secret fishing hole and they're scouting it. There we go. That's more along the size smallmouth that I want today. Oops. You keep thrashing and pinning your mouth closed with the hook. You got it. Right in that cartilage or whatever you got at the edge of your lip. There we go. All right. Not too shabby. Look at that. Do you think there are a lot of caddisflies in here? And that's just one rock. Like, every rock along here is covered with them. Like, from there to all the way up there, there's just nothing but caddis cases. Look at that. Wow. Well, if you ever find this stream and you want to go fly fishing, might I suggest a caddis? Just a gut feeling. Fish on. Well, he did not wait. He did not wait very long to hit that. There we go. That's a nice smallmouth. That's probably that's a solid 12-incher. Look at that. Alrighty. Well, so much for all the big fish being in the deep pools. I'll bet you it's not even 2 feet where I just cast. There we go. He came back for it. He hit it once, and then he came back for it. All right, smaller fish. That's the thing about these creek smallmouths. To them, deep water is all relative. I mean, when you have a creek where the average depth is a foot, 2 feet is deep. And that's where these fish will congregate sometimes. There we go. Oh, wow, he's off. So that's three bites out of this little spot here. Very interesting. I didn't get that many smallmouth to hit it in the deep holes. There we go, another one. It's another decent one. This one's maybe 10 or 11 inches. Yes. Alrighty. Wow, that's a chunky one. Whoops. Get back in there. Well, this is the first spot where I found a concentration of smallmouths that are willing to bite. I'm hoping the catching part of today's creek fishing is taking a turn for the better. Fish on. Oh, that's a nice smallmouth. That's a really nice smallmouth for this creek. Oh yeah. Don't come off, baby. Come on up. Oh yeah. Ho ho ho. Oh, and there he goes. Sorry for the hard landing. Wow, that's a good one. That's like a 14, 15 incher right there. Same thing, like 2 feet of water. All right. I'd say mission accomplished. This is one of the biggest smallies I've ever caught out of this creek. All right. Let's get you back. There she goes. She might be a little dazed from that rough landing. Fish on. There's one with him too. All right, bring him up. Easy. All right, another solid 12-incher. Hit it right in the shade over there. See if there's any more. Oh, I see one over there. I see one just kind of laying in the shade over there in the shallows. Got him. Another good one. Well, I pitched this thing over there. He was all over it. Come on, buddy. That might be bigger than the last one by a little bit. Almost lost my balance there. All right, yeah, that's probably a 13-incher. All right, nice. Oh, fish on. It's a bluegill. Well, I did see a bunch of them hanging around the tail end of this pool. Wow, dude, that's a big bluegill. Like, I'm getting the lunker representations of all species today. Look at that, I can barely get my hand around him. Fish on, another bluegill. Man, these things will not leave it alone. Another fat one though, geez. Look at that. Fish on. Another decent smallie. And there he goes. Saw that unfolding right out in front of me there. There we go, fish on. Ah, it's a little rock bass. Figures the deepest, nicest hole in this whole creek, and this is what I get out of it. Oh well, I'm sure there's more stuff in here. There we go. All right. That's more along the lines of what I wanted out of here. Easy. Oh, man. Even when they should give up, they don't give up. That's why you gotta love these fish. Fish on. Nice smallie. All right, buddy boy, get up here. Oh, and off he comes. We'll call that a catch. I switched over to a Ned rig because I wanted to get down a little bit deeper. That was my first cast with it. I think I'm on to something. Fish on. There's a smallmouth. All right. Okay. Not the biggest of the day, but fun nonetheless. Okay guys, pop quiz. If I were to ask you, how would you catch the biggest fish in a body of water when it's low and clear, what would your answer be? If you said drag big baits through the deepest holes you can find, you'd be right. Except when you're not. And today, you would not be right, because the fish were in about 2 to 3 feet of water, and they wanted little finesse stuff. So just goes to show you that even when you think you know what you're doing, you really don't. And it's the fish that are going to tell you what you want. And today, the fish wanted to play with the little stuff, and I gave them what they wanted. And as a result, I had a pretty fun day here on the creek. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure.